This conference will now be recorded.
Cool. Okay. Good morning, guys. And no, today is a very interesting topic and very useful topic entire our life. Okay. Listen carefully. Okay. What we discussed last session, we discussed about the few commands which we are going to handy for our Docker, right? Now I'm going to share these commands with you guys, and you guys can share in WhatsApp as well. Okay. I close just now my WhatsApp. Even I'll share that end of the session if you guys have not shared. Now we'll add few more comments and I will share the end of these comments also combine and then we'll set. Now till now what we discussed for like as already existing images, like it's a simple clock image and all right. Okay, sir, if it is Java application, if it is web application, how look like, how we can access that? Web application means let's say we deploy the one springware file like pet clinic application, game of life. Okay, this is the web applications. Okay, how do we deploy this into the Docker? How do we deploy? How we converted this image, this WAR file into a Docker image? The Docker image, how to run the container? After running, how to access the web application? Earlier, what we did, that WAR file will deploy Tomcat. Through the Tomcat URL, if we click the open the new like as what we can say new context path. If I click that, it will open the new website, and then that website we can see our website, whatever we implemented as a Java code. The same thing, how we can run as a container, how we can access that website. Okay, how we can design the port, how to access the ports, and how to open the ports. Okay, and how to run the container. Okay, all those we are going to see that today, and as well as we are going to discuss about the Docker Hub. I mean, one what the today agenda is one small Java application. First, let's run the Java console application, console app. Okay, and the next, like it's existing app. I'm not writing a Docker file, own Docker file, existing. Okay, okay, just sample console app. Let's say not only Java. Let's say anything. I don't need to worry about that. It can be Java, Shell, or it can existing app means existing app means what does mean here? It's from GitHub. That's why it's from Docker Hub. It's from Docker Hub. We will download and will run. Okay, and the next after that, what we're gonna do? We'll do that web application, web application, web application app. Now this also is existed one, existed, existing one. Existing one means what? It's also available from Docker Hub. We'll download this and we can use this. Now at this point of what we are going to learn here is we are going to be learn few more commands and then few more options for how to expose the ports, how to run the like different ports and different containers using the same Docker image. Okay, this is the thing. First of all, let me start the server and then let's connect that. Okay, now let's connect this server, copy this, and let's connect this here. Okay, and this is done, and the next one is that. Okay, now once it is done, let's see Docker images. What are the images? Existing images already available. Now it's Docker is not running. Okay, now when you stop and start, the Docker is not enabled, right? Now what we can do? Let's enable the Docker service by default. Sudo systemctl enable Docker. Now, if I do this command, what it will do? It will do in the like as init process, right? When you booting your system, Docker will be running automatically. So now at this point of time, what I'm going to do? Systemctl. Okay, let's first sudo systemctl Docker start. Sorry, I mean start Docker, right? Systemctl. I'm not using a service. Start Docker. That's it. Now once it is start, what next we'll do? Let's see the Docker images. Now these three images which we have. What I'm gonna do? I'm going to download one image. How we can download, guys? What is the command to download a Docker images? Existing images from Docker Hub. It's not my own images. It's not my own repository. It's not ECR repository. It's not an access repository I'm talking about. Even that also is same. Command is same, but URL may be different. That's it. Okay. Nice. Now Docker pull. What is just hello -world. Sir, how I know sir this name? I Google it earlier. I remember that name. Okay. Now, if you don't know how you can do that, just SCRCH search hello world application. Any hello world application can be whatever. Now, this is the hello world, kinematic hello world, nginx, two-term hello world. Okay, there's a multiple things are there. Let's work out on this and let's work out on this. Okay, sir, how we know run, sir? What is the commands to run if existing images? How we know that? Now let's take this is the base image. This is the existing image from Docker Hub, right? Copy this. Go for your browser, your lovely browser, and go to Docker Hub. Once you open the Docker Hub and search here, once search, you will get this is the official image, Docker Hello World Docker official image. Okay, minimal Dockerization here and sample tags. This something they are used and how to run and all. Now, even though they will give the commands. Okay, once we download this, where is description? Even this. This prime example of using scratch. See scratch image. Scratch image means you can't test such that I discussed in the right image effectively. See allo.c and then this is I think some C program. I think even you can see something like that. These are examples. That's all the example they are giving. Now what I'm looking for is the commands. They will give the description, the documentation, how to run this also. Basically, they should give. No, this image is not given actually. They are referring this. This is the image. Okay, this is the code they've written. I don't know something. Docker library. Repo. How to run? Like running is simple. We know already command. See, this is just the unit tutorial like how to run this. This is the one. Docker run. Hello world. This is the command to use to run. To example output to see that. And if you see, this is the output will be print for us once we run the application. Once you run the application, this is Docker run. -hyphen name they are not giving. If you want to, we can give that. Okay. And then -it and -hyphen name, all the things. Even if you're not giving IT, by default takes IT. I think that's the reason they're in mission. And even let's see another application which we're gonna talk about. Two-term hello world, right? Two-term class. What here? I search here now. This is the one I'm talking about. Okay. When I went for one interview, they given this image only for me, and they asked me to mission test. They given a one mission test when I went for almost 5 years back interview, and they asked me to set up a high availability for this application. One load balancer and two Linux servers. Each Linux server we need to run this container, and these three servers is Docker should be installed. The Docker installation should be done via Ansible, and this should be done by the Nginx load balancer. Big movie. Even that we'll do in the end of course definitely. Whatever the I have faced 3 4 mission tests. All three mission tests we are going to execute in this our course also. Okay. Now see here, once we are done, now these guys are built like that, they pushed like this, and while running we need to use this Docker run -d 80 tutum hello world, 80 tutum hello world, and our application will run. Now any application if we take, like for example, let's say MySQL. If you take a MySQL image, sorry, if you take a MySQL image, how to run that MySQL, they will give that. It's a Docker Compose. This is not like MySQL application. How to run that? Now, if you take a like as for example Jenkins also image is there. This is the official Jenkins, but it's a deprecation notice. Okay, now it was changed to this is Jenkins now. This is the Jenkins LTS long-term support. And if you see here, okay, hold on then. Go back 5 hours. It's new update. Now you can run like this. You can run like this. Just simple. If you run this command, your Jenkins will be up and running. Your Jenkins will be up and running for us. Nothing we wanted to do anything. Okay, fine. We'll do that. And what next we do? We need to download the Docker full hello-world. I'm downloading that. If you not mention the any tag here, that will be by default is the latest. Okay, it's available, it's downloaded. And see Docker images. Guys following me, right? It's very easy now. Docker images. If you see the Docker images, our image is downloaded. It's our image is downloaded. How to run this? Simple. Docker run -it -it hyphen name my app something my app and hello world. Now see, this is the output is print hello from Docker. This message shows the installation of working directory something blah 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 blah, and it will give the sum doc. This the output is printing inside this actually when I run this container. Now is the container is running. See, the container is not running. Where is this container run again? Now this container again like a stopped state. This container is in the stopped state. Okay. Now why sir, what happened? No, it's just run the one script here. That script will be once it is job is done, it will be go down. It's a console level application. Now if your web application keep on running, it won't down. Understand? Na? The keep on running the application, it won't run. Like as this job, it's a simple job. Okay, it prints something, then exits the job. It prints something, exits the job. That's it. This job is that program is that. If it is a web application, the server is keep on running inside your container. That container will be up and running for us. Let's say, for example, Ubuntu server up and running last time, and let's say this is what happened. This what it is clock application. The clock application, whatever, keep on updating the date and time. That printing the current date time. That while loop that never be stopped. That means the container will be running. Now, if it stopped means thus some process is existed and then it was stopped. There is no any process. 1 second, guys. Okay, if there is no process to run inside the container, what happens? Now there is nothing to run, then it will be come out from your application, means that container will be existed. Okay, that's fine. Now sir, what I do, I'll show one more thing. Like commonly we are facing issue. If I run again same, it will give error. Why? If you see here, Docker error response from daemon conflict. The container name my app is already used. The container is not running, man. Why container is running? It's saying that. Okay, sorry. If you see Docker PS, there is no running container. Why this? Means even the container in stopped state, the same name if you try to use, this error, conflict error will come. In this case, you need to change this name, or else you need to remove the existed Docker container. Either two options. You can rename this, or else you can delete this like a stopped container. And how to remove that container? And we already know that we saw that yesterday, docker rm and 70 is that we can delete that container, and we can use the same name again without any issue. That's what you need to remember. If something sometime you see this means, you need to clearly explain, okay, that this is the name, the conflict, or rename or move that container, or okay, all these options it will give us. Okay, now you can do for whatever you liked it. Okay, cool. The next, this is a small application. What I'm gonna do, like, let me run in the docker run. Docker run. Okay, let me take this image. Let me copy this command. This is the one we see. If the image is not available in local, what it will do? It will download first. Okay, it will download first, and then it will be run. It will download first. It will be run for us. Now, what I'm going to do at this point of time, let me download for again one more example. This is the one I'm going to download from tutum one. Tutum one. Where is the tutum? Tutum. This is the image name. This is the complete is the image name. Okay. Now this image I'm downloading. Docker pull tutum slash hello world. If you see download this, okay, it's done successfully. We downloaded the image and see the Docker images. Now, if you can find that image, that tutum hello world image, the latest tag which we downloaded, it's almost 5 years back uploaded. After that, there is nothing changed. This size is the 17.8 MB. Okay, 8 MB. This size is there. The next, what do we do now? How do we run this? This is a web application. How do we run this? Now, if you run the docker run -it, okay, -it, okay, -it, and the next, what? And then name, name, and tutum hello world. Same like as whatever I run the normal application. If I run like this, now what happened? What it's saying that docker run requires at least one argument. Okay, now what it is requiring, like as here, the name is missing here. Okay, means let's say web app something. Let's say web app name is the web app. Even if you're not giving any name, by default take one name, right? Take a web app. No, it's running, but it's running, the container is running, but nothing to printing here. The container is running for us. Now, if you want on the background, what you should do? It's nothing. It won't access for this. If you want to control PQ, you can press. Even that won't come out. Okay. Now see here. Sorry. See the Docker PS. Docker PS. And then this is running. Keep on running. What I did? Control PQ. I pressed, and it came out actually. And the next, what I did here, I did for Docker PS, this keep on running. If you see that here, what happened? Let's open this 80 port, 80 port. Okay, 80 port. This application is running 80 port. I'm opening my security group. Okay, and edit inbound rule and add the rule, and then add the 80 port here, and the next anywhere in the IPv4, and save the rules. Once they save the rules, what I'm going to do, let me select access. How to access this? Open your instances, go for Docker, and then copy this, and then from last 2 days here raining is like anything else. From last weekend, no, yesterday night it's too much rain. Okay, 80. Now see that we are unable to access that application. Why? Because we are not publish a port. We are not a publish port, but internally it is using port, but you are not publish a port. Then if any web application is running on a port, how do you publish a port? Now let me show that how to publish a port. Now This is the one. Okay, Docker and -it publish a port. -publish or -p means it's not a port basically. This option name is called as a publish. Publish a port. Okay. Now what is the port? 80. I'm going to run this now. At this time, what I'm going to do? I'm going to using the web app one. Container name is the web app one. It's running on background, but control PQ. Okay, now see the Docker PS. I press the control PQ, but it's internally running on, but internally running on. Now, if you don't want to running in the -it, what you should do? You can use the -d. Okay. Now, if you don't want to again press instead of pressing a control PQ instead of that, if you want to run then you can run the -d 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 you can do -d you can do. Okay, once it is start -d means it's running in the background. Okay, now once in the background is running, then now see that what is showing that alright, this 80 is the internally container is running, internally container is running. And then what is this port? If you're not exposing outside port, this is the host port, we are calling this is container port. This is the host port. What the port it is? 49153. 49153. 491. By default, sir, how sir this port will come? Now, basically, this if you're not specifying a host port, the Docker will be assigning a one port for you, one port for you. That is for this is 49153. 49153. Any randomly it will assign a one port for us. Okay, randomly it will assigning a one port for us. That port I'm going to be open. Sir, I don't want to random port, sir. I want to my own port, sir. Okay, we'll do that also. Now, what we do? Let's access with this now. You can't access 80 also. You can't access with 80 also till now, but you can access the host port. What is the host port? Now, this is the 49153, and you can see the output of your application. You can see your output of your application, what is running a container. Now, what does mean again? One more time explanation. Now, once you run the application, if you publish the port, you publish the port 80. If you specify this port, even if you're not specifying, this is the you say the system, or this is the container port, man. You can assign whatever you want to host port. I don't need to worry about that. And then you run this, and one you need to enable this port. Sir, I don't want custom port, sir. I want to my own port, sir. I don't want to put the custom port, whatever he wants. He don't want assigning to me. I'll assigning myself. Okay, how do you assigning yourself? Now let's see. I want to expose the 80 only. Okay, let's say 80 colon. This is the what? Container port. This is the what? Your host port. This is the container port. This is the host port. If in your host already 80 port using some other application, this port will throw the error. Alright, port is already binding to someone. Then that error, the port already binding exception will come. Now you need to change the port like as 8081 or 8082 or 8083 or 8084, any random port you can use. Okay, now whatever you like, but 80 only in your system, one computer, only one time, one application, one port will be used. Not, it can't use the same port for the multiple applications. Multiple application, the same port won't be availed. If you want to use in that scenario, multiple application want to run into redirecting, we need to use the reverse proxy. That reverse proxy we are called as a Nginx. We are going to use that. We are going to discuss in the further classes. We'll discuss that in the next. Okay, cool. Now see, this is exactly requirement I'm doing right now. The reverse proxy one in the current organization. Okay, now see here 8080, right? Now this is my host port, this is the container port. Let me run this. Now instead of -it, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run the -d. -d means daemon mode. I mean, it's a running on, see the name is conflict now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to rename it. I will do. Okay, once it is run successfully, what I'm going to do, let me do the Docker PS. Let me do the Docker PS. If you can see here, if you can see here, what happened, it will be assigning instead of like random port. Even this application also running, this applications are three tutor application is running, but one you can't access because we are not publish a port. And second one is the you publish a port, but this is a custom port is assigning. Even you can access your application using this port that we already done. And that time I run my own port, then we are using the A0. Now let's try to access this A0 port. Means this also running, it won't be stopped. Okay, this also there and this also there. What? A0 also there. Now you can see that. Now you run this application also. The same application you can run multiple times. Yes, that is the advantage. Even it won't take a more. If you do the Docker stats here, you will get to know like as how much like as CPU, how much RAM using by the each container. Okay, let's see how much it is using. Okay, this is a big movie that will come back later. And control C I pressed is stop the process. And Docker PS. If you can see here now, you can see there is a three containers are running, which is run. Set A0 some, for example, let's say let me try again one more thing. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do Web3 and I'm going to run again. What happened? See what error we got. Error response from daemon. Driver failed. Programming external connectivity endpoint web app 3 and this container bind with A0 failed. Port is already allocated. Port is already allocated. That error came for us. Now what we should do in this kind of errors? Now change the port. Which port I need to open? The container port. That you can keep it whatever it's running. Now this we are calling as a port forwarding. Okay, what we are calling this configuration port forward. We are calling as a port forwarding. We are calling port forwarding. Port forwarding. Forwarding. Okay, port forwarding. We are calling port forwarding. We are calling. Okay. Now, if someone asks the interview question for what is a port forwarding, now we can publish the host port and container port. And now here was what host port that you liked, whatever you liked. No name config now. Okay, let me run in the port now. Now it's running. Now see the Docker PS, Docker PS. Okay, now we can see. Now you can see same application running on the multiple times here. Okay, and now like as 813 8081. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the 8081. Let me publish the port for 8081. Let me publish the port for 8081. And if you want to run the 8082, 8082, I'm going to add a multiple ports here, guys, in a future purpose. Okay, 8080 also. I can, you guys are confused. What the hell sir it is? Okay, that's fine. Let me make it for as of now default one. Okay, instances, and the next is let's access this now. Sir, I can use the 8080, right? 8080 nothing is running now. I can use it. Yes, yes, you can use the 8080 whatever you like. Okay, is it clear now, guys? Is it clear now? Now how the port forwarding happening? Now if you're not specifying any port forwarding, you can't access application. You must be publish the port, then what are the container is running. Now -p option if you use, it will randomly one port is assigning, and you can assigning for what are the port your custom port. Even the custom port you don't want, you want to your own port anything, then we can do for this way. We saw the all the scenarios what you are needed. Okay, we saw the all the scenarios. Okay, fine. Then let me write these comments also. Okay, now let's see what we're going to discuss. This is the web application way to run. Okay, this is the port forwarding. This is the web application, the way to need to run. Now there is something is stopped one. Now you can see the Docker PS -a. You can see all. You can see there is a, it's a created, but it's not running. What I'm gonna do, Docker, because the container is in the already name is existed. That's the reason it was stopped actually. Okay, then what you should do, Docker rm, and you can use the, you can use container ID or container name, anything you can use. Let me show the name. Okay, that's it. I removed it. And if you want, you can remove all the running containers also if you don't want to keep on that running. Okay, now these four containers are running. Let it keep it running. What I'm gonna do, let's discuss about the how to push your images. What are the image which you created, right? Now what image I created? Now for example, let's say this image figlet ubuntu my custom image I want to push this already there someone. Okay, no, this is my own because the figlet software I install in that. This image I want to push to my docker hub. I want to push to this my docker hub. Now today we are going to learn the three more new commands. Okay, three more new commands we're going to learn. Okay, how we can do that, how we can do to push the your custom image. How to push, basically you can push like this docker. What command we can use? Docker push and this image name, where it will go by default. By default it will go to docker hub. Okay, let's push to docker push to this, and then it's saying that requested access to resource is denied. Now you said you can push. Are mama, where need to push? Which account I need to push? Understand na? Problem here is, now you said push, okay, that everything is fine. But which account, ma'am? My account or your account or someone account, someone, which account I need to push? Which user I need to push? Which user I need to push? What is the credentials of that user? It is asking that. It is asking that issue. Then what you should do? You need to, while creating your, while pushing your image, what you should do, you can be used for your absolute image name, absolute any custom name, custom user if you are doing. Now what you do, you can do, sir, this ubuntu alpha and how we can download without user, sir? That is the official images, means the docker hub guys has the root account. The root account is, you don't need to specify anything. If you're your custom user and all, like say, see, this is a tutum one we done, right? The tutum one, the tutum is what we are gonna implement it that, like as this tutum is the one user. Now one user, tutum is the one user. Now the same way we are going to use for the our user. How we can do that? Now let's see what is my user. I created one docker hub account, right? Now this is the my docker hub account. I'm closing all these guys. Now this is my docker hub account. I sign up with the ybmsr, and then this is my account. And then let's go for here and then see that huh, let's see that repositories. Okay, this is my ybmsr, my repositories. Okay, my accounts. Okay, sorry. This is the images I have. This is the images I have. Last I updated in the a month ago. Okay, 1 month ago I uploaded. Now till now I didn't see this. Now what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna update this image to here. But I need to add this ybmsr. Means I need to attach the new image I need to create. I need to create a new image. Either how do we create the new image? You can use the docker build -t that we can do like new image while creating, or else already existing image you want to create a one more image on top of it. I mean, like kind of rename. It's rename means the exist one also is available and the new one also will be. I mean, you can create a copy of the image. Let's say you want to create a copy of the image. You can create that. How do we create? Using the docker tag command. Docker tag, docker tag, docker tag, docker tag, docker tag. Tell me what is next? Docker tag. That is, we'll do that now. See, docker tag, source to destination. Docker tag. What is the source now? Source is what? Tutum hello world. Source is this. Source is this, and the destination is what? Sorry, not this, right? We are trying to do this. What is the destination? That destination image we need to docker tag source, and destination is what? ybmsr. This is my name slash. What else next? ybmsr slash. Tell me next. ybmsr slash. The next, what are the name you want? Let's say jmsch. Let's say 32 7 a.m. Okay, so I guess let's 31, and then figlet ubuntu. Sorry, 32, right? Okay, 32 figlet ubuntu. This is my image name, and even if you want, you can create a version also, v1 or something like that. Okay, clear now? This is your source image. It's kind of copy. Okay, it's kind of copy. That's it. It's a kind of copy only. But this to this. But these images will be created. Let's see the Docker images now. If you can see here, this image is also this one. But the IDs are same. The IDs are same. Docker ID, because of it's a just replica. replica of that, right? We want nothing to do, just rename kind of here. Is it clear now? Is it clear, guys? Now we created that R image. Then how to push this now? Let's do push push docker push and this image and then this tag is latest is not available. What tag we created? V1 I created. You see here that V1 I attached. That your wish. If you're not creating, by default is the latest. That will go out. Like if you want custom one, we can create whatever. It's trying to preparing now. It's saying that again there is a one more issue now. One more issue again. No, no, it's a denied. Why? Because of you specify the YBMSR account I want to go. That's cool, ma'am. I understand. I'm trying to prepare, but it's denied. Why? Arey Mamu, what is your credentials, man, to push? What your credentials to push? No? Understand, guys? What is your credentials? For that, what we need to do? We need to use the Docker login now. We need to use the Docker login command. Docker login command. For that, what we need to use? We need to use the Docker login command. Docker login command. Docker login. Ha. Enter the Docker login. It will ask you your username, Docker Hub username. Enter my username. Oh shit, wrong. Enter the username. Enter the wrong password again. I enter the password. Now I log in successfully. Okay, once the login successfully, there is a one file is created. These credentials are stored under this path, this user .docker folder, and then config.json. Config.json. The credentials are stored. Okay, now see that cat. Now this is the credentials of that auth token is created for us. This token is created, and this is the credentials of your Docker Hub one. That the Docker Hub credentials. Okay. The next, what else now? Now let's push. It's preparing now. Now it's pushing now. Now it's pushing successfully to our Docker Hub. Let's go and see that images. Okay, now what we do now? Once it is done, the next. Okay, let's go and cross check one. If you can see here, JMS GS32 Figlet Ubuntu a few seconds ago. Just I uploaded. You can see here. Even this image you can download for, and then you can use the same image. If you run that, even the Figlet will come for you also. If we are using a Tutum one, right? Means how the Tutum one we are using, someone is already implemented, they push that image and we are downloaded. That is the publicly available that image. Is it clear, guys? Clear now? Docker tag, Docker push, Docker login. Docker tag, Docker push, Docker login. Okay, these three commands. Docker login command, you know, Docker login command, and then Docker push command again. Docker push to this is the image which we are trying to push. And you guys create what are the image you can push it that. You can push it that. Okay, that's all for this. This is the basic commands for your web application, basic commands for login, and basic command for pushing and all. Only the main one command is missing. What is the command? This is the all commands to operation for existing image. Then creating image, only one command is pending. What is the command? What is the command? This is already image available. We are using these commands. If the image creation, Like this is because these images which we are using. No, already someone is built and then they push. Then only we are using this. Means it's already available images. And we running on we create a image on existing containers that also. But we are not written a Docker file. We are not written any build command. We are not build any build command. Now let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. Now how to do that? Let's discuss about the custom Docker file. Custom Docker file. These two topics are done. Now let's discuss about the custom Docker file. Now I'll make a very, 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 very simple method to this Docker file written. And I'm going to show the few things, few options now. Okay, few commands, and remaining commands we are going to learn in the further. Okay, fine. The next, what is the custom Docker file? What I'm going to do? I'm going to like as let's create our own. Which image, which command is building pending now? Build command is pending. Docker build command is pending. Docker build command. Docker build command is pending now. That build command we are discussing now. Docker build command is pending now. Docker build command. Now let's see how we can do that. How we can do that. Okay. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear now? Now let's see. Now what is the Docker file here? What is Docker file? First of all, a Docker file is a plain text file which it is contains which it is contains the set of instruction to build your application. Set of instruction to build your application. Whatever set of instruction here. Set of instruction means what is your base image you want to use. What is the base image means base operating system you want to use. What is the what are the softwares you want to install. What are the files you want to copy. What are the softwares you want to install. What is the final command you want to run. Finally what command you need to run your application to make it up. These instructions are available in your Docker file. What are the things? OS. What are the things it contains? OS, softwares. What are the dependency softwares? And files, configurations. Okay, configurations, files, environment setups, environment name setups. Okay, whatever. And the next, okay, and commands need a final as let's say command to be run your application. Final command. If you run this command, your application will be up and running. Let's say if you want to run the web application, like as how to do Java jar file Java jar name dot jar we are going to give the right the same way. That command we need to do the final one you need to do. To set up all the things we are using a set like as different kind of commands. Okay, to set up all this inside your Docker file, we are going to write the different commands we are going to use. What are the commands we are using in the Docker file? It's a very, 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 very important question. Okay, what are the commands we are using in our Docker file? What are the file commands? From means the base image means which OS are you want to use, or else which base image you want to use. OS means that is also the base image. If you are install your own softwares, or else if for example you want to deploy the Java application, what I do, I can use the Java image is a base image. Understand na? If you do Ubuntu here, what you should do, you can download all Java application, configuring Java application, all you can do yourself again manually. Yes or no? Means again you need to written the commands to set up a Java in your Ubuntu. If you take, or else instead of taking Ubuntu, let's take a Java itself here. What happened? This Java you don't need to set up again. You don't need to set up anything OS because this Java is the one Docker image. The Docker image having their internally again one OS they used and they build a Java image, right? That image, that OS only it will take. You don't need to specify the any OS here because this Java is a one Docker image which is built on the one OS. How I know, sir, this is Java is building another OS? How can I know that? Now, basically, when you go for any see, let's see here, OpenJDK something. Let's Java or OpenJDK, whatever you can take Java images. Once you take this Java images, okay, now you can see these are the images. If you can see here, what I went in, like as I went for these images, okay, different images are there. Now what image? For example, let's say any image you can take this. Now you can take here, they mention this some ways. Oracle Linux Slim. They are using a Oracle Linux 7 Slim. This is the Linux system they are using, like as Ubuntu, CentOS, right? There is a some Oracle Linux they use to implement it. And they set up for like a Java home, they set up, they downloaded a Java, and they set up a cache, and then these are the implemented, they've written the command. Now you need to focus on this, which commands they used from run env, and few commands, that cmd, that's it. That Java base image is ready for them. Like that we have a lot of here, there are a lot of different versions are there. And open jdk, and then there is a different kind of flavors here. Slim Buster you can take. If you see the docker file and see what that they use the dbane is the image, dbane base image they used here. No, different OS, different version, they use a different base image. dbane is the again one more Linux flavor that we can use. These are tag for that. Is it clear, guys? The Java image which we are using, that internally written the one docker file, that docker file has the OS. Is it clear now? Clear or not? No, this is also one image, the Docker image, which is also written the Docker file, and that Docker file contains the OS. Now, if you take this image, you don't need to specify the OS. If you take Ubuntu, what you should do? Again, you need to run for your, let's say, run command, download Docker, download Java. Okay, download Java. You need to download your own Java. You need to configure your own Java. Okay, and then set up Java home. You need to set up all those, you need to take care of everything. Okay, if you're using a base image of this, what you should do, you don't need to do anything, just we can use that inside. We can run the Java commands directly in your docker file. Okay, that is different, Prashant. I'll let you know that also. In our case, no, any case, okay, that based on your depends. Now in my real time, what I do, I want to run the Python application. What I do, I can use the Python base image. Okay, if I want to use the Node.js application, I can use the Node.js base image. Okay, I can use this, I can run my own code, and then I don't need to download a again Node.js, configuring Node.js. I don't need to take care of these things. There is already base images already available. I can use that from official images. Is it clear now? I'll show that our own Ubuntu, our own things, that the next further classes. Okay, next class, and not further, even next class itself we are gonna see that our real application. Okay, our own flavor will take, we'll build our own application, our own software installation and all. As of now, what I'm going to take for the inbuilt images, base images, I'm going to use this. Okay, further class we're going to discuss about our custom ones. Okay, I mean downloading, configuring things. Okay, we'll take a like as any Node.js application, we're configuring all the Python application, we can configuring all things. Now what are the commands are there? Let's say from means it's a base image we need to specify. And the next one is that like as label is what, it's a like as who written author, and then tags for that, like as who is the culprit of that, who is the developer, what is author name, author mail id, all the things. Okay, author name, all the things we can mention. It's a kind of information, someone read this, okay, who this bloody guy is written, means that bloody guy name will be come here. Okay, the next is that it is optional. If you want, you can keep it, or else you can ignore that. And the next, working directory. This, what are the commands I'm specifying this, based on that you should be used. You can how it's required, you can use, or else you can ignore this. Working directory means it will do hands on this, all this you will understand clearly for the further. Working directory means it will say that it's kind of cd command. Okay, it's kind of cd command, it will go to the that directory, right? Like I mean cd command and going that path, right? It's same kind of working directory. If the directory is there, it will go. If it is not there, it will create and it will go. Okay, it's a kind of making directory, right? Same kind of. And making directory, it won't go inside, but this working directory, what happened, it will create a directory and it will go inside the directory. Okay, I mean cd command also internally, like two commands at a time, making directory and cd command, how it look like, and working directory also same like that. We'll do hands on further on this, how it works, and then without this, with this we'll see that what is working directory. And the next, environment variable and argument, how to pass argument, and then how to use the environment name. Okay, and we can see like as run command. Okay, what is the run command? Run command, and run command means this command which we mentioned specify to install a software. Set up environment variable, set up environment variable, and argument. Okay, pass argument while building, and run installing softwares. Installing softwares or run any command, any commands. Remember, while building, this is very very important. While building these commands are executed. Okay, and these commands are for compile. This while building, this is for while running. This environment we can set up for, this is env for while running. Remember this difference. Okay, while running, while building. Okay, and the next, uh, like as env run, and the next we can use the expose command. Like as you want to publish any port, to understand who read Docker file. Simple. This is to who anyone is reading the Docker file, they can understand that what the port your application is using, what your port is application using. Okay, and the next user, like as which user I need to log in. Su, like as switch the user, right? So which user need to use. Okay, and the next health check. It will be check your app is running or not. Check your application health before accessing you. It will say us it's healthy or unhealthy. And the next is on build. Okay, these things you can see the hands-on, then only you guys understand this. On build, it can be used in child containers. Okay, you won't understand at this point of time. We'll do hands-on these examples. Okay, and later you'll understand. And the next is unbuild, health check, expose, volume. If you are going to be use this also for persistent storage. Then volume, expose, port, run, argument, health check, on build, volume. CMD for final command, final execution. Okay, and then entry point. This is also final execution. Either any Docker file, either CMD or entry point will be there. Okay, any Docker file, this is the final command to run to make your application up and running, But there is a difference between the CMD entry point and the next add, copy the files from okay, and the next, there is a difference. We'll talk about the difference later. Okay, purpose is same, copy and add. It's these, without these two questions, they never be complete any DevOps interview question. DevOps interview never be complete without any either add and copy versus CMD entry point versus. Without this question, either or not, maybe they ask their two questions or maybe any one question in this. But without this, you won't get any job for DevOps. Means think about how much important it is. If you get a job, means you definitely face this question. Okay, that much important. Okay. Okay, the next. Okay, add copy CMD entry point. I mean like as Optional I'm giving like yes, without giving sir, I got job, sir. Without this question, don't say that because that much important that means. Okay. Okay. The next. Okay. Yep. This is the mostly. Okay. If anything is there, let we'll see here. Like as Docker, Docker file reference. You can reference this Docker file. You can refer this down. Read this about this. Okay. This Docker file reference. You can read this. Add, copy, and we expose from label, stop signal. Even I never used it. User, volume, working directory, unbuild. Okay. Blah blah things. Yeah. Mostly stop signal only not mentioned. That even I never used till now. Okay. And that requirement is not it. Okay. This is the mainly we are using. Now tell me, using these commands, let's make our own Docker image. We are gonna building that. Tell me, guys. Tell me now. Huh? What I want to do, right? I want run a small Java application. Small Java application using Docker. Console application only using Docker. Tell me if you like as what is a small Java application means. Let me show the application as well. That you guys are knows already when we are discussing about Jenkins and we build the one small Java hello world application, right? Now this is a Java application I want to run and I want to see this output. I want to see this output. Okay, and I want to clone this repo. Let me clone it also. Copy the code line and the next. Okay. Let me install the Git. Sorry. Now this is the hello world we got. Now inside the folder I went and see that there is no Docker file here. Let's what I'm gonna do. I need to implement this application to run inside the container. No, if you want to run this Java program, how can I run, guys? How can I run? Tell me. Oh, okay. Before running this, what are the things needed for this? Now to run this program, what are the prerequisites? Guys, everyone should be participate. If you understand this file, you can understand anything in the Docker in the entire your life. Any difficult one also you can understand. If you implement this one small 3 lines code, if you understand this concept, you can understand any concept. You can understand any Docker file. Okay, that's I'm giving 100% guarantee. Tell me now this Java application which I downloaded, I want to run this as a container. What is the prerequisite? What is the prerequisite? Tell me what is the prerequisite things need to run this application, guys? Fast. If you participate, one Java home means before going to Java should be installed. Great, super. Java should be installed. Okay, great. The next, super. If install that, that is a base image the Java will take. Okay, okay. That base image means no Java is needed, and let's say one OS also needed. Basically, right? If you want to run the application, one OS needed, one Java is needed. The next. Prashant will create container map first. Build the Docker file, na? First of all, the user by default user I'll take. I don't need to specify the user. Default user, whatever login the user that will take, I'll install. This is a Docker file I'm writing. Inside the Docker file, what are the prerequisites I want to specify? Label is optional. I don't need required. Dude, don't think Docker. Leave it about Docker, okay? Don't specify the user. Don't specify the Docker file. Don't specify the Docker. Now, if you want to run your Java application, what are the prerequisite things you need to do? That software's okay. After installing softwares, everything, then what else? Array, I don't want to do in a Docker right now. I want to simple run my Java application in my Linux system. I take a one a like as one AMI Linux. That's fine. I download Java. That setup the Java is done. Now the next. After that, what should I do? I need to download a Java code, right? Now that which we done, download Java code. After this Java code means cloning Java code. I don't have a Maven project. Lata, why volume here? There is no volume right now. Leave it about that. Don't go that much, okay? What I'm talking about is now I taken a one Linux mission. I clone the code here. Now to run this code, what are the prerequisites now? We have need a Java. That's done. We clone the code and we are taking YAML and X. Even this jar file. Alright. If I want to run this, how can run this, man? Means I don't know why. Now, guys, if I want to run the compile and execution, how to run compile and execution this, man? How to run this application? There is no Maven, dude. It's a simple application. There is no Maven here. There is no XML. There is no. It's not a Maven project. Why you go Maven project? It's a simple console application. Have you seen that in the Jenkins time we discussed? Now, this is just what I'm trying to do. Just simple print the this class execution. This Java class I want to compile and then execution. What to run this? Java is needed, and after Java is needed, I downloaded the code and the Java is installed. Okay, let's write this. Java is installed, and after this, what command? Java C command you need to execute. Java C command, we need to go inside this path and then we need to do execute which class? This class name. What is the class name? Is LTR. What is the class name? Now this is the Java C Java. What is the final command? The next file name, and then finally what you need to run? Java command need to run, right? Java, and then this is the class name. What is the class name? This is the class name. This is the way if I see how, like as if I have these all the things, I can run my Java application. Yes or no? If I have all these things, I can able to run my Java application. Yes or no? Now, these steps I need to convert into Dockerfile now. What are the manual steps you are doing this manually? What I'm going to do, I make it all these grouping things into the one Dockerfile that we are calling a set of instructions. OS dependencies, like as what are the source code is required, what is the commands need to execute, what is the final command need to be run your application. Is it clear now? Is it clear now, everyone? Now what we do, let's convert into the Docker file. Same steps, let's convert into Docker file. Tell me, what is the first command in the Docker file? What is the first command in your Docker file? Yes, great. From what I can take, if I take a Ubuntu or Java directly, from Java will take. Okay, let's take a OpenJDK. If we take a Java, what happened? Let's it will come like as OS and then Java both came. In this first command, Java and OS came then. Then next, what we should do? The code I already downloaded here. I don't need to Java clone inside that. I'll copy from host mission to there. If I want to copy from the host mission to there, because it's already there. The code is already there here. Tell me how to do that. Working directory you want to keep it. Okay, that is optional. Let's say leave it about as of now. Size is it. You don't need to. Okay. Working directory, if you want, you can keep it, or else you can ignore that. Okay, you can ignore that. The next, how to copy the files from your source to destination. Either you can use the copy or add. Either anything we can use. Which file you want to copy? This file. Only one file we want to copy inside that. And from that file to which one? This is a host to destination. In the current path, from this current path to current path of your container. Or else if you want a specific path and all, working directory you can use. Specific path you want to go, you can specify the working directory, or else the specific path you can specify like this, like inside the container. But if you want to keep it that as it is, you can do. Or else if you want to copy all the files, you can specify the dot also. If you want to copy all the files, the current path, you can specify the dot means current path to current path, all the files. Current path to current path in the all the files like this. I mean what I mean. Copy from all the files to current path, all the files to inside the container path. Inside the container path, all the files. All the files. In the current path, you want current path, all the files, current path, all the files you can copy. Okay, right now I copy only one file because of only this file I required. I don't want to readme file. I don't want to those things. That's the reason I copied only one file. Then after that, what should I do? Next command. What command I need to use? I copy the file. The next. Okay, super. Run command. Run command. What command I need to use? This run when it will execute. This run will be execute while building. When means what is mean? It will be run in the while building means the compilation is done while running while building your image. While building your image. After this, while building this compile class and then all will available in your here. And but now what command I need to use now to build? Super. Java C this class name. I mean that file name. Okay, the next. What finally need to run? To run your application, what you use? Either we can use the CMD or entry point, right? CMD or entry point. And either anything you can use. Let me use the CMD. What we need to run? Java and then that class name, whatever it is, no? That's it. Either you can use here, we can use the add or copy. Either here we can use that CMD or entry point. Now, is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Is it clear now everything? How simple it is now? Let's do that. Copy this code, and the next write a Docker file. Write a Docker file. The file D is the capital. Okay, D is the capital, and then file name is look like. Added. What is this Prometheus, man? Where we are now? A stage, man. What's going on here? Okay, it's correct. Okay, why this Prometheus is came in the picture? This node exporter came in the picture. Okay, anyways, 124, the same server, right? Same server, no? 124 means, means something is happening for my mobile stuff. Okay, that's fine. Anyways, we are in our server only. Now let's see here. This Docker file. D is the capital. DOCKER Docker file. The name should be there. The same file, the same name we need to be used. Even you can use your own name for Docker file, but if you use your own name, then I'll talk about that later. Okay. But in real time also we use mostly the same name. But if you want to written the multiple Docker file same project, then we can use the different names here, like as UI.docker file, frontend.docker file, like dv.docker file, different names and all. If you specify that kind of name, you need to specify the like as different name. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Tell me how to build a image now. See, right now what are the images are there? This is the images are available right now. Docker images. Now these are the images are there right now. What I'm going to do? I'm going to convert into my code into Docker image, my custom Docker image now. Now tell me, how can I do? What command I need to use to now to build my Docker image? My custom Docker image, which when I can do? What is the command? Docker build -t. T means tag. Tag means what? Image. Okay. -t and the next JMS TH32 and then Java app. Like this is my image name, and you want to keep it the version, you can keep it, or else by default, if you not keep it, it's the latest only. And dot means current path, context path, current context path your Docker file, current path of your Docker file. No dot, you need to give the dot. Okay. Now see this OpenJDK image base image which is not available my local. What happened? It's downloading from there while building. Docker build -t and then now keep it this. Okay, now see they successfully build this image. Okay, successfully build this image and see the Docker images now. Now you have your own image right now. You have your own image right now. How much size it is? 526 MB, man. One simple Java class, 526 MB. Wow, that's too much, right? Okay, That's great. What we do now next? Now tell me how to run this application. I want to see the output now. We build image, that's fine. That is the image, but you can't see output, right? When you see the output, now you remember this image, now this diagram which we discussed, right? Now Docker file, build the image, okay, and the next run the containers. Now what are the steps we have done still now? Now Docker file we've written and we build the image is created, and what next we need to do? We need to run a container. This is the Docker file is done. We've written the Docker file for our use case, and the next we build the image, and the next we are going to run a container. Now cool. Then next what we need to do? We need to do run docker run -it. -it means that it will be -d. You can't see output, dude. If you want to see the output, you can do this way, or else if you run the -d, what happened? It will run in the background. It will stop the container, and you can see the docker logs and then container id. You can see the output of your docker container. Fine, Suchit. Now if you want to see right now in the console itself, we can do the -it. Okay, if you need web application, you can use the -d, and even if you want this terminal want to use any other application, you can use the -d. Okay, now just I want to show the here itself. Now we'll do that also. Okay, and -name my java app something, my own name, and then my image name, that container name, this my image name. Okay, and by default is the latest. Now see this hi Punu, hi Gani, this is the my code is available. The same output is printed for me as a docker container. What is this output? It is printed for me. This is hi Punu, hi Gani. It's my own code. It's my own code. Now if I change the code, what are the next? If the developer will change the next day, the code will change. Okay, if I change this something like as the developer will change the code. Okay, the same line they've written the 10 times. Let's just I'm going to show for this. Okay, commit the changes, developer commit the changes. Now this we make it automation. Once the commit the changes, once the cloning, docker image building, docker image pushing, that will be done automatically. Okay, everything is automation. We'll do that at the end of course. Okay, I mean like as the end of the even we'll integrate the Jenkins in the docker. That time you will understand. Okay, cool. The next, tell me, once it is done, what should you know here? Now you need to clone the like as this. We need to pull the code, git pull origin master. I need to pull the latest code, right? Because I got the changes. Now after that, what you do? You need to build again. Or else if you're not building, you won't get. Even you can use the same image, or else you can increase the version. If you use the same image, it will overwrite. Let's see. See, this image is already available. It won't used. Okay, and see this won't use like as you know, it won't download like again because this image is already available local. Now this image is got. Now after this, how to run this now? Now like here, Java app and then version 1 image version 1 I added. Now this container already running right previously, the still it is existed state, but you know you can't use the same name. I rename it the new name. Now you can see that now the code is changes and we build the changes, and you know we run a container, new container. Now the new changes are affected in my container. Understand na? Now this is the why we are dockerized our applications or dockerized our applications. Now we can apply. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear now? This image you want to push again, you can use the tag, docker tag, and then rename to YBMSR. Or else what you do while building itself, what you can do? You can do this way. While building YBMSR, this is my, if you want to store this image into a Docker Hub, YBMSR my account, and now this is my building V2. Let's say, for example, I build the image, and if I want to push now, I can push directly Docker push to this image. Now this is a tag. Okay, while creating tag itself, we can create now itself. This will image will push. Or else what you do, if you want to multiple tags, you can do -t this name, -t one more name, -t one more name. You can create a number of tags also. One for your local, one for like as dev, one for like as pre-prod, one for production. If you want, you can create a multiple t's here. Multiple t's means multiple tags we can create. Now it was pushed. Even you can see the Docker Hub, the image got pushed now. Because the login is not asking again because of it's already login my system. That's the reason we didn't used again. R.A. Prashant Kumar, it's not a web application, Buji. It's a just console application. It's not a any web application. Web application use the ports. Web application use the web servers. It's a simple hello world, simple console level application. Console application, not a web application. Is it clear now? Web application is different, console application. If you want to run any shell script, this is the way we can do. Okay. If you want to run continuously running application, if any application using the port, then you can do that. Understand, Prashant? That will come in the next, okay, next classes. And that even I'm going to give the task to you. No, dude, for this application, why the port? For this application, what is the port? This Java simple Java class, what it contains to access the web application.
No, sir. Already means my doubt is already we have created. Okay. Then later, while creating the build container, I didn't use port. Later we can use na for console. For web application, we can use in later na port.
Like while running, you can use, dude, here. While running, if you are using that, we can use this. See, don't go that. I didn't teach that till now.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I didn't teach that. I didn't explain that to make to not understanding for you. Okay. I didn't teach that. Just understand what I'm teaching first. Clear now? Even others also will be disturbed. Okay. Now see this. What I'm talking about. So I'm talking about a just simple console level application. It's not a web application. Okay. Now that's the reason we are not using any ports to run the application. If you want to run this application, we can run this application simply Java command. And if you are using exposing any ports, that we can do for publishing. Now any web server you are running. Now what you guys need to do, let me give the assignment, then we can publish your port. Okay. Now you guys remember now this code. What code? Let me give the assignment. If you go for this repository, we have a Spring 3 application, right? Spring 3 application which we have. Okay, this Spring 3 application, right? What you guys need to do, let's change into the, let's convert this application to Dockerized. Now earlier we deployed the Tomcat, right? Now what you do, you can execute this application, validate Maven, and then compile and create a var file. And what you should do, that var file you can copy this, copy the var file, and then run a container. You can clone the code inside the container or outside the container. You can create a var file before container, same like as how we are done. We are cloning and then everything is done. Now you can copy the, once we can create a, like as here package maven package commands and all those commands you don't need to run inside the container. Create a var file. Okay, and that var file you can copy. Where you can copy this, where if you want to run this var file, where we need to deploy, where your var files deployed, where we can deploy the var files, guys, where we can deploy the var files, Tomcat, right? Now tell me, if you want to deploy this var file, what are the prerequisites needed? Huh? Where this, if you want to deploy this var file, where what are the prerequisites needed? Tomcat needed. If you Tomcat, if you take, now this will come for the Tomcat and as well as Java and as well as OS. Three will come. If you use this Tomcat, you don't need to install the Java, you don't need to install the, you don't need to set up the OS. Three things will come with the base image. Okay. The next what you should do, you should just use the copy command. Just copy the command your var file to where the destination, under the web apps folder. Under the web apps folder your Tomcat. Now 2 lines command. Just use the 2 lines command. Then deploy your web application, and then you can use the -p and then 8080:8080. Then run your container. Even this expose command, what it will do inside your Docker file, it is just let us know to the developer who is the reading your Docker file, array which application, which port you are using your application, that port we are exposing as a Docker file. That's it. Nothing. You won't do anything in the expose command in your Docker file. But if you want to expose outside your application, that we can use the like as 8080:8080 while running your container, while running your this container, this image. You can build your own image using this Tomcat and the var file, copy in a web apps folder and run it. This is the assignment for you guys. Let's see who will done that. Understand requirement, guys? Simple. What you guys will do? Okay, just let me do one thing. I'll make you guys your life easy. Okay, git clone. Let me clone the code. Okay, let me install Maven. Even you can do this also inside your Docker also. Okay, but not required at this point of time. This compilation things and all you don't need to require inside your container. You need a final output. That's it. Or else it will be very heavy weight for your your container again, like as code, compile classes, target folder. It's a big movie, like as it's a huge space will be occupied. The jar files, everything. If you final execution, then we don't need to do anything. Okay, that's the reason we are not doing that. Now the Maven is ready. Then go for your Spring application. We have this web application means form.xml Maven one. And what command you need to use to do here now? MVN package. It's download for, it's the first time we are doing now. It's downloading all dependencies. It will, you guys remember, right, what I'm doing now? Same thing, whatever we have done in the Jenkins automation, Maven commands and cloning the code and all, the same thing manually I'm doing now. I clone the code, I do like as MVN command, like a Maven is not there, I install, and then I'm doing the like as MVN package command in the manually in my console. Understand, guys? Understanding, right? Everyone, I'm talking. It's the first time, it takes a little bit time. Just the assignment is the only 2 lines, okay? Just 2 lines. Okay, you can Google it or whatever it can be. Just simply take a from Tomcat. That's it. First line also I'm telling you, only second line is pending. You can take care of your second line. That's it. Copy, even copy command. Source is this one. The destination you can search the file. What is the path of your file? Destination file in Spring, like a Tomcat container. Even you can go Docker Hub and search the Tomcat, and you will get to know that what is the web apps path also. Okay, even that also I told. Now if you see that LSFL here, now see the target folder created for us inside that, sorry, inside target folder, and see this var file is created. This var file you can copy to inside your Docker file, and then you can run your Tomcat. Tomcat, even you don't need to run by default. Tomcat base image itself, the start script, Tomcat starting. When you run the container, you don't need to specify this Docker file. You don't need to specify the CMD or entry point. No, nothing. You just create the from and then copy. These two commands you can write a Docker file. Copy this file to inside your web apps. That's it. If there is no CMD entry point in your Docker file, it will take a base image CMD or entry point. Okay. Base image already have the Tomcat starting ending point, like as entry point. Understand, right, what I'm talking? Guys, okay. Yeah. You guys need to copy this into web apps folder inside your container. Just run it. Let's see who can do that. Okay, end of today, let's see. And tomorrow, no class, guys. Okay, and day after tomorrow, I'll update for tomorrow. Like we have a class or not. Okay, and Friday we have class or not, we'll update. This Saturday, anyway, this Saturday, Sunday, we don't have class, guys. Okay, and like I have some personal things are there. I need to complete that. We'll see that also if it possible or not. And then you guys can be do this assignment. Okay, do this assignment, and then tomorrow we are going to discuss about like is how to optimize your Docker file. See, running one small Java application we spend a 500 MB. My manager won't never be agree with this. What the hell, Madhu? To run is just simple Java compile command and the run command 500 MB. Why this? I don't want. I need to very less. Can you make it reduce? We can use the optimization on it. We'll do that in the next session, and then we'll do in the real time Docker file for the next session. Okay, real time Docker file next session, that we'll see the Java application, and then as well as Node.js application will do. Okay, fine guys. Any questions you can ask me. Hope you guys are clear and understanding for today's session, right? Okay, I'll share these comments, all the comments at once. So very important. Okay, fine. Then see you on the next class. Okay, anyway, tomorrow we don't have a class, guys. Happy Diwali to everyone, and enjoy one day and celebrate very safety. Okay, bye guys. Like I said, thanks guys. Thanks man. Bye.